Greetings, I am Yasamika, and allow me to take you for a quick look through the red and the blue and shed some light on the situation and the realities that you live in and how you project your reality. Okay, this is Yelena. Afternoon, Yelena. Yelena is a multi-leveled being, just like you and I. And I'm going to take you through Yelena and show you her different layers that everyone has. Every human being has these layers. And when you understand these layers, it helps us to understand ourselves. So we can be aware of our own being and what we're projecting out there and what people are actually seeing or receiving from us. Okay, Yelena. This is our outside body. This is the one that you see when you're looking at me or anyone else. This is the outside layer, the third dimensional layer, physical layer. And inside the physical layer, we have the etheric layer, which is the outside layer of your spirit or your ghost. Whenever you are watching the movies and you see a ghost or a spirit in the movies, or if you happen to see some walking around your house or someone's house, this is the layer of the person that you are perceiving. I say perceiving because some people can feel them, some people can hear them, some people can see them. All depends how you're wired. This is the etheric layer. Now, inside, this never dies, by the way. The physical layer can pass over, but this layer is in the fourth dimension. So when we pass over, we just shift our consciousness from a third dimensional reality to a fourth. Okay, inside. Now when we're aware of these layers, it makes life so much easier to understand what the hell is going on. We have an emotional body. It is feminine and it is red. This is based on feelings. And Frank, need you, mate. We need you. G'day. This is Frank, everyone. Now, when we're running a red matrix or a red emotional body, we are based in the bottom three chakras of our body, or the bottom of our torso, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the base or the root chakra. And this is where all our feelings are. So when we are in one of these, the red minds, we like to feed this part of our body. So of course, Frank here, if he's throwing a red matrix, he would like to eat, and he would like to drink, and he would like to laugh, or send as much energy down to this part of his body as possible. This is why we eat. This is why we emotionally eat, because when you sit down on the couch or in the lazy boy or wherever you are, in that nice soft seat, Frank, if he's throwing a red, will want to feed these chakras, so he will eat emotionally, and he will eat things that will satisfy these chakras, as in sugars and carbohydrates, and this part of him will start expanding because he's red based. Now when a person's blue based, which is inside of here, this is mentally based, emotionally based. Blue body, and Frank was throwing a blue, he would be from the tip of his head, the crown chakra, through his third eyebrow and his throat chakra, and he would do a lot of thinking. Most of his energy is up here, and sometimes, and quite often, blue people are very quiet and they like to isolate themselves because they actually shut this one off and they just work up here and let the energy come down without any talking into their arms, and they start doing things. When people understand these two aspects of their subconscious mind, because we're in the subconscious here, the subconscious lives in the fourth dimension. This is the third dimension. Height, width, and depth. Solid one. This is the fourth dimension. It is in our spirit or in our ghost. And the subconscious ego is this one, and this controls all of that. Whatever controls this determines what happens here. So if you want to know what's happening here, you have to find out what's happening here in your spirit. And if you want to know what's going on in your spirit, you have to know what's going on in your subconscious mind, in your subconscious ego. Because, as I said, this controls that, which manifests here. Now, back to the red and the blue. Thank you, thank you. The red is emotionally based. It works off love. It works off peace, and it works off connectedness. So a red person will always try and keep the peace. A red person will always try and build people up emotionally. A red person will normally feed you or give you something to drink because they are feeding these parts of your body, because this is the one it knows most about. It will go from here up into the heart. So if a red person wants to connect with someone and have union with them, they will start from down here and they will work up to here. That's a red person. Now these people, they work from the bottom of our body. So therefore, subconsciously, they put themselves down all the time. I call them underlings because the red likes to put them under. Down. This is the balance line. The heart's the balance line. This is below the heart. So they'll always put themselves down. And if you throw a very good red, the chances are you're going to subconsciously make yourself a victim and an underling. Great. Now the blue is up here. So that means a blue person automatically, subconsciously puts themselves up higher, and they look down on people, and they look down on situations. So blue people can quite often be perceived as looking down their nose, or higher than thou, or greater than thou, or look down on people, and they will perceive. And seeing the blue is based mentally. Blues like to have knowledge. So blue people put themselves up here, and they are normally very knowledgeable in whatever area or what reality they are in. If they are in an academic reality, they will be factual in facts and figures in an academic reality. If they're blue in a fishing reality, Frank, if you're blue in a fishing reality, you'll know all about fishing, and you will read about fishing, you'll read all the magazines, all the books, because you want to be knowledgeable about fishing. Frank, if you're a gardener, you'll know everything about the gardening. Frank, if you're a female and you are into home domestics, or let's say cooking, there's a lot of cooking on TV at the moment. You'll be very knowledgeable and blue on cooking. Do you get what I mean? So the blue automatically looks down on people, and the red automatically puts themselves in an underling situation. Now, this can lead to bullying, because straight away, everyone's running a red and the blue. Now, if a person is throwing an out of balance blue, they will be a bully, because they will want to dominate, and they will try and dominate other people, or dominate animals, or dominate anything, because that is a blue out of balance. Most of the time, blue people use their blue to be constructive, but sometimes it can be destructive. Okay? A red person, it's nice to be emotionally based. It's nice to be a nice person. However, out of balance, the same as the blue, instead of being here, they will put themselves down too much. And what will happen is that they will come across a blue person who's out of balance, and straight away you have an equation for bullying. This person is too red. and this person is too blue. Cheers, Frank. Thanks very much, mate. Now, the red. If a person's throwing a red matrix, they live in the past. They either worry about, red people never actually get worried. They get depressed about what's happened in the past. Red people live from, let's say that's the line of now. This is the line of now. Red people will live up to now, and then they will sink back. So a red person who wants to do well at school, they will look to the present moment. What I have to do now. Nothing to do with what is my career, what I'm looking for in the future, what job am I looking for. The red mind has no capacity for the future. The subconscious red mind lives in the past. So they will always go back to the past. And you will recognize these people on Facebook because they'll always be putting pictures of their past, posting pictures of their past, because red people love the past. Now, if something discordant or upsetting happened in the past, a red person will be prone to depression because they will always be, let's say something happened as a child to this red person. If they're red, they'll be depressed and sad about what happened here, and that will drag them back. These beings here, an adult red person will pay their bills up to now. They will never budget for the future. Their mind has no capacity to go into the future. So they will pay their bills up until now, and they will think that they've done a great job, and it feels great. But remember, this is only halfway. This is now. These beings here never think in the future. They never plan about, let's go to a concert in the future. I need to do this to up my career, get a promotion. I need to plan to get a car license. I need to get an exam so I can go up in life. These beings never think there. It's not in their matrix or in their makeup. Reds never go past this. So if you're looking at the glass that's half full and half empty, half, the red people work up to half and below. So when a red person says they're broke, a red person means they are broke. Now, a blue person, the blue matrix lives in the future. So they are always on this side of the line. These people plan for the future. They have insurance in case something happens in the future. They have an account so they can feed it, so they can travel into the future. They can go to concerts and shows. They can do things in the future because these beings live in the future. In fact, these beings hate the past. These beings quite often have trouble with memories because their subconscious mind has blocked it out because it's of the past. They would only rather be in the future. Now, these ones set goals. These ones, goals, you're joking. These people are spontaneous. No such thing as a goal here. Perhaps the next emotional party coming within the next 1 or 2 weeks, that's about their capacity. When a person goes to school, especially a teenager goes to high school or college, it's a blue reality. So that means the high school, to do their job, has to prep the teenagers up for the future, to get the future job, future career, future whatever. Now, and they will want you to set goals. The teenagers who have got blue programming, because all this is programming in your subconscious mind, they will be able to do the goal thing. They will be able to think about the future. Most of them will probably already have a blue mother or father and they aspire to be similar to them. So they have subconscious goals that they want to reach. So the blue people are okay with goals. However, blue people worry. They never worry about the past. Their mind never really goes past the halfway now line. They worry about the future. What it's going to be like in the future. How am I going to get there? How's this going to happen? Wonder what the weather's going to be like. I wonder if that person's going to be all right in the future. How am I going to get there? And they worry. And they get anxious. So blue people are prone to anxiety because they're worried about the future. They're worried about where they're going to live. They're worried about what their job's going to be like. Am I going to have enough money? Is the house going to be this? Is that? The future is a huge reality. These beings here worry about the weather in the future. Reds have no idea about worry. They have no worry in their matrix. They get sad and they get depressed, but they never get worried. Blue people never get depressed because they have no time for it. Blue people normally have no time for emotions and no time for the past, no time to be bored, no time to get depressed, got to keep going. And that will be on the blue matrix. So when a teenager goes to school, depending on where their mind's at, their subconscious mind will determine how they perceive everything. If they're a red person, now, okay. The subconscious mind which controls these two. Okay, you okay? Yep, cool. Right, I'll tell you what the sub does. The sub works, it can see through your eyes, it can hear through your ears, it can touch, taste, everything through your 5 senses. And just between you and I, this has got 12 senses. It's got 7 senses that you and most other people have no idea that this is looking at. Okay? So whenever you are, wherever you are, and whoever you're talking to, this goes to a computer folder and will play programs in that folder. If you move, it will go to another folder. And if you move from that reality or that folder, it will go to it. This works off 6 different realities. You all know them. Everyone knows them. There's one thing about looking, but there's another thing about seeing. Now, this sees everything. We look and we go, oh yeah, I've gone to the beach. This goes, oh, you're in an out reality with a lot of water, with salt on the water, and there's sand. There's a high sun content, there's a certain amount of wind. This sees everything. Everything. Now, you go to an out reality. So as soon as you go to the beach or you go to the park where there's no man-made buildings, you go to the bush or the forest, the subconscious goes, oh, you're in the out reality. So it will only play programs in the out reality. And whatever programs you have out there will determine what happens here. If you go to an out reality, and let's say you throw a red, and you want to relax, and you want to put your feet up, you have no idea or passion to go for a walk in the hills or go for a swim and be all energetic. You want to lie down, perhaps get a book, glass of wine, on a rug, whatever you do, lying down and enjoy it, emotionally enjoy it. Now, that's in an out reality. Next minute you jump in the car. So your sub goes, oh, you're in transition reality. So your sub goes, right, go do this one. And it goes, oh, you're blue in a transition reality. That means you never stop. That means you always go to the destination. There's no diversions. There's no stopping off to get some nice fruit or get an ice cream on the way. A blue person will go from A to B like that, because that's what blue people do. They focus on the goal and the destination. What comes in the middle does not compute, I'm sorry. So then you get in the car and you go home. And then the sub goes, oh, you're home. Now most males, the sub will go, oh, you're home now. Okay, so you're over here. You can throw a red. Oh, can I? Yeah, you can throw a red here because you were programmed as a child to be a good boy and refrain from thinking because mum and dad will do all the thinking. All I want you to do is have an emotional time. And this person here, in a home reality, will be programmed to lie down, put their feet up, never make any decisions, avoid thinking, be slower than normal. Blues are fast, reds are slower, relax, calm down. If you want to do anything, do it within the next 2 or 3, 4 days, maybe. And that's a red reality. So what happens, depending on what a person is programmed to be, will determine how they are in a particular reality. Now at school, there's 2 realities at school. That was the war. Okay, here's 2 realities. This is inside the classroom. Now, the subconscious will know whether you're inside the classroom or outside the classroom. If you're outside, where there's perhaps out on the playing field or out on a sports field, you may be programmed to throw a blue. And you might be quite good at sports. You might be quite good at, what else do you do in that reality? Go for walks, go fishing, swimming, and you could be blue here. Okay? A blue sports person is the person who gets the goals because the blue person receives the income and gets the destination and gets the goals. Okay? So it also gets the money. So wherever a teenager or an adult is in a blue, they will be earning income, as in knowledge, as in money, as in tangible income. If the person is trying to look for their career, a really good one is to find out what reality they throw a blue in, because they will be programmed to earn money, set goals, and get to the destination in that reality. Reds use money because they use it up for an emotional reason. So what happens is that people go to work in a blue, earn money, and then they go home. If they throw a red at home, they will use the money earned in a blue matrix and they'll use it for an emotional reality in the red, maybe at home. Okay? So, what the hell I was talking about? Yeah, okay. If you go inside the classroom, depending on what you're programmed, some people are programmed to be blue inside a building. So these people here are everyone who you see in the world who works from an office, works from a building, works from any building, inside a building, inside a factory, anything inside a shop. And they earn money, that is a blue matrix, because they are programmed to earn income inside. So at school, these people are really good in the classroom because they're busy receiving income in the way of knowledge. So they will sit there quietly and suck in all the knowledge. Does not mean that they will think much. It will only mean that they will suck in the information. That's another subject. However, the reds, inside, if they're throwing a red, they are there to eat their lunch, basically, because eating their lunch is satisfying. Remember I got Frank out and I said reds like to feed their lower torsos? These people like to eat. These people like to feel. These people like to be a clown because it's emotional feed. A person who's a red inside the class, if they're a rebel and someone actually laughs at them, their subconscious mind will think, oh, someone likes me being a rebel. These people are income on an emotional level, so they'll be a clown so people will laugh at them. They will be a rebel, so people will laugh at them. They will be disruptive because some of their friends over there think it's funny because he or she's being disruptive. Okay? So it all depends what the person is programmed to be. Some will be red. You'll know the red ones. They're usually in the back of the class being a clown. These ones are normally in the front of the class because they're into knowledge and they're into income. Now, oh goodness. It's really important for everyone to know what's happening. This all happens in the fourth dimension. No one's educated about the third and the fourth dimension. We need to know. Everyone needs to know. A teenager going to a new school, a new high school, a new college, a new job. See, I'm talking about teenagers here. If this can happen as adults, this can happen as children. This is everyone. Everyone has this. From the day we are conceived, through gestation, through birth, and through our life, right until we pass over in physical reality. Another dynamic with the red and the blue, which is a good one to know. Yeah. Okay. Here's a lad. Shall we have a lad? Can we have a lad, please? This one might be a bit better. Okay. This is a lad. Now, I'm getting into bullying energy here because it's really quite interesting how bullying works. This is a teenager. Now, physically, he looks an average size human being. However, he's controlled by his subconscious mind and his subconscious mind programs. Now, on the outside, he looks big, but on the inside, he feels small. Okay? Blue is all about power, confidence, feeling strong, mighty, motivated. Now, on the outside, he may come across blue, he may come across as a big burly person, but actually on the inside, he's red, and he's soft, and he's marshmallow, and he feels small. Now, there's a rule with the subconscious mind, and it's the rule of learning, and it works in threes. This works in threes, just the same as the soul, Trinity. Observer, reciprocant, and initiator. This being here has observed someone being a bully. This being here has been the reciprocant of being bullied. And the third phase of this is actually being the initiator of bullying another person. So this is a learned behavior from someone as a child in their family, in the immediate family, in the extended family, in the neighborhood. I have no idea. Could be the local dog. But this person here has picked up a subconscious mind program on how to be a bully through observing, through being the reciprocant of being bullied, and now it's his turn or her turn to initiate being bullied or bullying another person. Now, here's the boy here. Now, subconsciously, he feels small because he's feeling down on self-confidence and self-motivation. Now, a bully has no programming to build themselves up so he can grow up to be this big.
Okay, so this is to play sport, to feel strong, to educate himself, or to build himself up. But what the bully program does is he has a patterning to cut others down below him, and that makes him feel big. So he meets another person here. He meets another person. Now, for him to feel bigger than him, he has no programming to build himself up. He has programming to bully him to make him feel smaller. And if I can find a smaller one, which would be really good, and down here. And if I can make him feel smaller still, he's down here. And that will make him feel bigger than him. So it's like a destructive blue matrix. Instead of building himself up, the bullies break down other people or other things, as in, well, people. They'll bully animals, they'll bully plants. You'll see them go through a bush and cut a plant or push it over or break it, just so it falls over. Here's a plant, and it is lower than them, because a bully wants to feel blue. And blues operate from the head, and they look down, and this gives them a state of subconscious power. So a bully will find someone, the red person will actually attract them, and the bully will start bullying this person, and their mind will start feeling smaller and smaller and smaller. And when their mind gets to that big, this person's going to think they are bigger than this person. You can always tell a bully because they are on the inside the small ones, and they feel threatened. So instead of building themselves up, they have to cut other people down. This is tall poppy syndrome kind of stuff. Now, I'll keep you there, you guys. So there's your different layers of being bullied. Now, bullying is a funny thing because it's passable. It's like a virus. You could probably call it a bully virus, because I'll hang on to you. Now, this person here bullies this person here, makes them feel stink, makes them feel small, makes them feel horrible. So let's say this is the bully stick. He passes the bully stick to that one. So this one initiates it onto this one. Oh, this person goes, oh, this one will go find a friend. Friend. Might be bigger. And they will bully that one and pass the bully stick onto them and walk away in an illusion of, I've got a bit of power, because this one here got power out of bullying, which is an illusion because it's cutting other people down rather than building themselves up. So this one will bully this person. This boy or girl will go home. Younger brother or sister, pass the bully stick on to the younger brother and sister by bullying them, walk away feeling an illusion of power and confidence. This person here will find the cat or the dog, bully the cat or the dog or the bird or whatever it is, and pass the bully stick. And every time that happens, they are passing the bully virus around. The dog or the cat may go outside, or the dog may go outside the fence, bite the kid next door. So the kid next door goes home, bullies mum, and all they're doing is passing the bully stick. It's a good way of looking at it, because all it is, it's a subconscious program, just like a virus, cutting other people down to make themselves feel higher.
That's all a bully is. And the bully is always the weaker person, the person who's in the smaller mind. Yeah, so these are the kind of intricacies or the dynamics that happen with the red and the blue. The more we learn about the red and the blue, how it receives income, how the subconscious works, excuse me, trendsetters, pop over there, there and there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take a bow. Magic, magic. This is the key. This part of us. Learn the red and the blue. Learn how the dynamics, how it's happening in front of you all the time. This controls everyone. And this controls these two. It changes them. So when I talk about the red and the blue and the characteristics of, let's say, the red, some people will say to me, oh, I'm red. And then I talk to them about blue and they go, far out, I'm blue too. And they'll be absolutely correct, because depending on what reality you're in or who you're talking to will determine whether you throw a red or a blue. A red person is into connectedness, loving, peacekeeping. It's the calmer, slower mind who enjoys a laugh, enjoys having fun, being spontaneous. The blue person is the serious one, likes facts and figures, thinks in the future. Red thinks in the past. This one thinks in the future. Loves structure. So if you go to the park with the ball, the red person will say, let's just play with the ball and have fun, because all they want is emotion. The blue person will say, let's make some rules and regulations. Let's make a structure, because blues love structure and they like maintaining structure and keeping the rules. And some out of balance, they can be a control freak. Anyway, this one will like, let's make a court. Let's mark a field so we can have a game. We can have points. Then we can have a winner and a loser. I want to be the winner. That's the blue. Very competitive. A blue person too competitive, very destructive. No matter where you are, everyone is either red or blue. Very, very seldom will you find a white in the middle. In the perfect world, that's where we want to be. However, the subconscious mind hates sitting on the fence. That's right in the center of our mind. It likes to either be over here or over here. Very, very seldom will you find one sitting in there. And it swings like a pendulum. Da-da-da-da. And sometimes it'll swing out here. This is a victim, this is a dominator, another victim, another dominator, likes to control, likes to be a control freak. This is Gestapo karma, this is hippie karma. Depending on where everyone is, they will be either in a red or a blue. A person who's into knowledge and learning in a classroom will be blue. A red person will be having fun. Now with the realities, you will meet someone, you'll get teenagers who out in the open world will be red. They will be an underling. They might be a bit nerdy, they might be a bit, however they perceive this day and age, but they'll definitely be a red and they'll be an underling. So therefore they will actually manifest being a situation to put them in an underdog situation or an underling situation. So they will definitely manifest a blue down situation to put him or her down from a him or her who's already up. Now, let's say this person here, they're very good with their intellect. So this person goes, I want to go home. I want to get on my computer and get on a screen, because I'm very strong on a screen reality, which is a virtual reality. I have confidence because I have brains. I have the intellect to run this. Give me a handset Give me a screen, put me on a game. And this person will go inside his bedroom or wherever the screen is and flicker blue, because this person's subconscious mind is confident on a screen, confident with all the hand dials and so forth that are necessary to run this game. Very good with all the data on the sides of the screen. This will flick in blue. This is where he can dominate in a virtual reality. So, and blue is power. So this boy or girl is getting power when they're in a screen virtual reality. They walk outside, their mind flicks red and they become an underling or a victim. Okay? So, what side of the fence would you rather be on if you were this person here? I can understand them getting stuck to a screen because they feel confident. They have motivation. They can dominate in that reality. That's the red and the blue. There's a lot to it, but people can learn this. It's a learned thing. And the whole thing is controlled by a subconscious mind that works off subconscious mind programs, which will determine whether you throw a blue or a red. And I can tell you, these programs can be cleared by myself, or you can learn how to do it for yourself. So instead of walking into reality and you have to throw one of these or one of these, you have free choice. Makes a hell of a difference. Really, really good. So, emotionally based, connectedness, power, different realities, outside bullies, threatened. I think that's pretty good. Have a think about that. If you're interested in this type of reality or understanding this level of awareness, go to my website, www.beinghuman.com, or go to Facebook, Being Human, and have a look. This is a whole nother way of thinking, another way of being aware of yourself and everything around you. The more you know about yourself, the more you will understand other people and their behaviors and their dynamics. Start with the red and the blue. Go for miles. Well, have a great reality out there, and please remember you're a multi-level being, just like you're landing here. You have a red and the blue, and it will dominate your entire life. This is 12.5% of your reality. This is the other 87.5% of your reality. When we're only aware of this level of consciousness, we are only operating on 1/8 or 12.5% of our world. When you start learning about the red and the blue and the subconscious ego and the dynamics down here, you are learning about the other 87.5% of your consciousness in your subconscious mind. Makes a big, big difference. Well, there you go. Quick whiz in the red and the blue. See ya. Cheers.